How's it going, guys? Dr. Alex St.Pierre here at Strong Gym in Toronto. Today I am going to be showing you a multi-planar isometric exercise for your ankles. Now, essentially, our ankles can go into plantar flexion, so toes pointing, dorsiflexion, toes pointing up towards your head, as well as inversion, toes pointing in, eversion, toes pointing out. The movements are a little bit more complicated than that, but for today, that's what we're going to be focusing on. So essentially, in the multi-planar isometric, what we're going to do is we're going to planar flex, dorsiflex, invert, and evert against a resistance that we can't overcome. So there are a number of different ways that you can do this. The simplest way for you to do it at home is to probably do it up against a wall, or the other thing that you can do is cross one leg, and for plantar flexion, I'm going to push my toe forward. I'm going to use my hand, I'm going to block it. So I am pushing as hard as I can down and towards my hand, but I'm also applying equal pressure with my hand so that the ankle doesn't move. All right? And you should feel that in through the back of the legs, into the calf region. The next, we're going to do the resisted dorsiflexion. So again, toes coming up. So I'm bringing the toes up with as much force as I can, and again, applying equal force with my hand so that there's no movement in through the ankle joint. Next, I'm going to bring my toes up towards the ceiling. Again, that's the inversion. Toes up, blocking. And then for eversion, toes down, or toes away from my body, and blocking again. So to begin, I like to start in more like neutral positions. So the foot and the ankle at around 90 degrees, or where it might be when you stand. But you can get much more specific with the joint angles for this. So, for example, initially, I plantar flexed here. I can actually get my foot down to as much plantar flexion as I have and start to load it there. And similarly with all the different ranges of motion there. So you can get very specific for the range of motion that you want to try to load with some of that isometric force, okay? So that's a multi-planar ankle isometric exercise. I find it's great as early rehabilitation for any sort of like foot or ankle injuries. It can also have some sort of performance application as well too, but the amount of force that you need to apply might be much more significant. All right, give those a try and let me know how it feels.